Hey guys, it's Jessica, and I'm currently working on my latest weekend project, which is new flooring in our entry and laundry room. So what that means is we have to get rid of this nasty 80s tile before we put down some sheet vinyl. I actually found some really nice sheet vinyl. It's come a long way since 20 years ago, so we're gonna put that down instead of some traditional tile or something like that. But before we do that, we've got to get rid of the tile. So before I start ripping out, I want to talk about safety for 1 second. Make sure you have your gloves, earplugs, because if you don't have earplugs, you're going to have a headache by the time you're done ripping out tile. And safety glasses, because you don't want to poke any eyes out. What I'm doing to remove this tile is I'm using a hammer and a handy bar. Tools that you can get at your standard Home Depot, plus a floor scraper for any of the thin set that sticks down. So let me just get my gear on and we'll start whacking. So it gets really loud, but it does come up. Slowly but surely, and this one piece is kind of sticking. And you'll see that when they put down this tile, they put it right over the vinyl or the linoleum, whatever it is. They put it right over it. So some of that thin set is sticking. So once we get a decent area pulled up, we'll go ahead with the floor scraper and scrape that off. Once we get the tile removed, we'll work on removing all the trim, the closet doors, things like that. So we just have some demo to do, and then we'll come back and show you how to do the underlayment. So we're on day 2 of the project, and right now we're in our laundry room. Yesterday we got rid of all the tile in the entry and removed all of the baseboards and all the trim and those kind of things that we were just going to replace anyway. So what I've done now is I've laid paper in our laundry room here. So we're going to take a template of our floor so that we can cut out the underlayment and the sheet vinyl. And how you do that, so I've got everything down. If you have anything kind of curling up, you can just score a triangle in the paper and take a piece of tape and put that down. Hopefully it stays down a little bit better. Now, I said we'd scribe the floor, right? So what we're gonna do is all the way around the room, you're gonna take just a flat edge. It can be a level, a square, an old piece of trim, anything that's just flat. And we're gonna go all the way around the room with the pencil. Make sure to go around any vents. Around any vents that you have. And we're just going to keep going around the room like so. And then we'll show you how to cut out your underlayment once we get this all scored. So we're here in my garage, and we've got 3 pieces of underlayment laid out in what would be my laundry room. So we took our template and we laid it out, squared it up, and so what I've done now is I've taken that line that I drew in the laundry room, and I'm now taking it and drawing on the other side and going along that template and doing the same thing. So that this is how we're going to use those lines to cut out our template. We've got the underlayment in, we just got to cut and we put it back in here. It's kind of a puzzle piece to put everything back together, but we're ready to nail it down. So went to Home Depot and got some nails. These are ring shank underlayment nails, so you can get those at your local Home Depot. And my husband actually started hammering these in, so thanks to him for doing a lot of that hard work for me. But we're going to continue to hammer this in. You can do it every 8 to 4 inches. So, you know, obviously, just start hammering. So take an afternoon and spend some time with your spouse and hammer all these nails in. And then once we get that in, I'll show you how to fill in these gaps that we have at the seams. So, funny story, we ran out of nails. Shocker! So we have to run to town and get nails, but before we go and do that, I'm gonna fill the seams with an underlayment filler, and I've got this feather finish made by Henry, and it's just an underlayment patch and skim coat. So I've mixed that up, and we're gonna put that in to all of our seams just to fill that, so that when we lay the vinyl, it doesn't show. And how you mix this is it's a 2-to-1 mixture, so 2 cups of the powder, 1 cup of water, and then I'm just gonna mix that in a bucket that I got here and kind of scrape that over my seams. Nice there, nice even area. And we had nailed all the seams, so we were able to do that. And so then when we go run to town, we will be able to let this dry. It's only about 15-20 minute dry time is what it states. Ain't gonna hurt if it dries a little bit longer. So I'm gonna continue to patch all the seams that I have, and then we'll come back. So we're ready to cut out the sheet vinyl, and this is what we picked out. It's Congoleum Airstep Advantage. It's from the Mystic collection, and the color is harp string. So this is what we picked. It's very modern and contemporary, so that will go with the rest of the theme of our house. So we're gonna do the same thing that we did with the underlayment. We're taking our template, this is for our entry, and we're gonna draw out the lines. So the lines that we drew, putting your flat edge there, and drawing your lines as we go by. And we'll get this done for the rest of the pattern, and then we'll roll it up and get it in the entry, and then we'll show you how to get that glued down. So here we are, we're gluing the sheet vinyl down. I had dry fitted it down into the room to make sure everything fit. Whatever didn't fit, notched out a little bit with the razor blade. Right now I'm gluing everything down with the recommended glue that I got from my flooring manufacturer. This is XL brand Stix 2230 adhesive for sheet vinyl. So I'm getting the glue down. One thing I do want to note is that when you are doing this, make sure you've cleaned the subfloor, you swept it, you vacuumed it, just to remove any extra debris that might be there. And I'm using a 1/16 inch trowel to put my glue down, and make sure you're putting a light, even layer down, not too thick, otherwise you're going to have that coming out the ends when you go to lay the vinyl over it. And lastly, once I get this all down, we'll let it sit for about 5 to 10 minutes before rolling the vinyl back over and then doing the other side. So we're just gonna keep gluing, and like I said, nice even layer, not too thick. So I'll continue to do this, and then we'll come back and show you the finished product. So we've got the sheet vinyl finally installed. We got it glued down. And one thing I do want to note about when you're gluing sheet vinyl down, after you've laid it on the glue, you want to make sure you take some kind of roller. I took my rolling pin that I haven't used in a really long time, and took that along with my weight and just rolled it across the floor, something like this, and covered the whole floor doing that, so that it can adhere, all the bubbles get out, the glue gets set evenly. So make sure you do that when you've got it all glued down. And lastly, we did have a seam that we had to do, and so I just used the seam adhesive that I picked up at Home Depot. Just follow the instructions on the back. It's pretty simple. so that you can make sure that that's taken care of. But from there, we're going to enjoy some new flooring way better than what we did have. And we've got plenty of other projects to finish. As you can see, we still need to put some trim in. So we're going to continue to work on that. We'll have more videos to show you as we work on our house.